So I did DSA and all from Geeks for Geeks and Lead Code, and that's how I ended up getting into Walmart as an intern. So it's just practice. DSA is all about practice. Once you have understood, you have to practice a lot of questions, and then your mind is already adjusted to it.
Hi everyone, how are you all? I'm Dhwani from Geeks for Geeks and I will be your host for today's session. It brings me immense pleasure to welcome Mr. Tanish, who is an upcoming SDE at Walmart. So, hi Tanish.
Hi Dhwani, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great too.
It's really great to have you here, Tanish. I mean, I read your profile and honestly, I became a huge fan of your work. I mean, Walmart, it's like you're just graduating and you're going into such an amazing company. That's really great and really an inspiration for all of us. So, I would like to take up this moment to welcome you to introduce yourself.
So I'm Tanish. I'm in my final year at IIT Ropar, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and I am an upcoming SD at Walmart. I got PPO at Walmart after my internship in my start of fourth year. So and I have explored as much as things possible in my undergraduate studies, and that's why.
That's great. So, I've heard a lot, like, I saw your profile and you have done an internship also. Like, could you brief us as to how you got that internship and, like,
Yes.
what was your work like?
Yeah. So I got the internship through campus placements. So in our second year, companies visit the campus, and I got selected there. And then in the end of the third year, after the end of the third year, when we have summer vacations, then we have to do internships. Right at that time, we were having. I joined Walmart in May, and then for 2 months I worked there, and then I got the PPO. Um, that's what is my experience like. I'll tell later about how was it and all.
Okay, so what was your job description at Walmart as an intern?
It was SD intern. That's it. Like you can be assigned to any team. There is not like you will work on some specific technologies and all. So you can be randomly, or maybe some kind of matching can be there with your skills and the team requirements. And then you may have to work on anything, and you have to catch up
Right.
in.
That seems quite interesting. I mean, opening a wide array of opportunities for you. So, as you have started at Walmart, what are the entry level jobs for, like the engineers who are just going into the field, who are just graduating from their undergrads?
Yeah, I think by engineers you mean software engineers, right? So for software engineers, I think only SD1, SD2, they call it SD2 basically. So only SD2 positions will be there, and I think they visit a lot of campuses. They also do their off-campus drives, and then they also conduct hiring drives after 6 months, 6 months with 6 months of experience, with 1 years of experience for entry level, right? So this
Yeah.
is how they do it. So for engineers, I think this is the only thing for software engineers.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm sure you prepared through a proper preparation route and had to go through an exam also. So what was the route which you took to like crack the exam and the
Yeah.
interview?
Hmm. So basically, in first year, whenever someone comes to the college, it's all about codes, yeah, code forces and all. So I also used to do that a lot, and then in my first year, not a lot, but like I tried to do it. But to be honest, I did not like it much. As if like you have to sit there and think about logical questions and all. Just do as much as you can, give as much as of contests you can. I did not like that much, so I did not do it much. After having gone through 3 semesters, we also had DSA course in our college itself, so kind of a knowledge of DSA was already there. Then after the end of 4 semesters, company visit, right, campus in around August or September. So we had to prepare 3-4 months before that. So what we did is mostly went through all the Geeks for Geeks practice questions, and a bit of lead code too. And then there are some seniors who had shared a list of curated questions which they used to prepare. right? And that also we did. And it is very easy to crack internship experiences with only the knowledge of DSA, because in internship they don't ask you much about system design, low level design, that all, so and some courses, some companies, very specific companies, ask something about the courses that you have done. Other than that, that also is not there. So just if you are good at DSA, you can crack any company, and mostly they don't even look at the resume. So the thing is that you just do DSA. This is what I'm talking about. My college. I think the scenario is very different. Maybe very different for other colleges. So this is what happened. So I did DSA and all from Geeks for Geeks and Lead Code, and that's how I ended up getting into Walmart as an intern.
Right. So through all of this, what was your personal experience like? Did you feel like it was quite difficult to get the grasp of the concepts at the beginning, or like it was smooth sailing for you?
No, I never felt difficult to get to grasp the concepts, but it is always difficult to solve new and challenging questions with the same concepts. So it may be very easy for you to understand how does an array work, but maybe you may not implement it in a new question, and that only depends on how much you practice. Let's suppose you have understood heap, right? So heap gives you a minimum element, maximum element in order one, order log n. You have understood this, but how do you implement this in a question? That comes from the practice itself. So it's just practice. DSA is all about practice. Once you have understood, you have to practice a lot of questions, and then your mind is already adjusted to it. So that's what I'll say, that it was difficult for me to get into this, because I was also not too much into coding at CodeChef and Code Forces and all. Just DSA coding and Geeks for Geeks expecting that, also not timed ones. So yes, it was definitely difficult for me to code very timely, but the thing is that the more you practice, the more you learn about that. That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's totally true. Like, practice
Yes.
makes you perfect, and patience is the most important part. I mean, if you're not patient, because I myself have been working on the same track. I mean, the track you're describing, I'm on it. So I can
Yeah.
understand you get one test case fail, and you're like, oh my God,
Mm.
I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah,
Yes.
patience is the most
Patience
important.
and also awareness. The time you start also matters. If you just
Yeah,
start 2 3 months ago, before the exams, then it's not gonna work much.
exactly. So, as a student, what was the most difficult and overwhelming part of this journey, and how did you overcome it?
I don't know. So the thing is that as a student, I describe myself as an explorer, and it has both pros and cons. So let's suppose you are a kind of person who has a tendency to just get settled wherever most of the people are going, or you just are happy with what is your status quo. So it is very easy for you to focus on what you want, and you also have very clearly defined where are you going. But for me, this was not the case. So in my second year, I wanted to do higher studies and all, and also, I mean, there were a variety of things that I wanted to do. So what I did is I did BFS search in the graph, basically, of opportunities that I had instead of going deep. That allowed me to at least block the paths where I am not interested. So you will understand the things where you are not interested only by doing them, right? So I tried as many things as possible. So I went into this research and all. I did some research internship with some first with my professor at IIT Ropal, and then in Russia itself. And then I realized, no, I don't like it this much. And then I also tried to build projects and all, like that was going on after first year itself. And then so basically research and this job scenario, I was very confused in this. So I overcame it, and then I think this is and you can also do a lot of internships in tech also, in some startups in your second or first year itself, and that also tells you how, if you like that or not. So for me, it was the most difficult part was to figure out what I like and what I don't like. And to be honest, still I don't think I have figured it out. So that was my, otherwise than that, learning concepts and practicing all, that's not very difficult for me. Practice, I will say, was difficult because you had to sit there when cases fail and then something happens, you have to be very patient. So I was a bit overwhelmed by that. Other than that, it was fine.
That's great to hear. I mean, finding out what you like is like the most important part of the journey. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're in computers or any other field. It's just
Hmm.
an important part of life.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, you have figured something out. I mean, you might not have figured everything out, but you have figured something out, and that's really important.
Yeah.
So, which websites or blogs did you refer to while you were looking for any internship opportunities before you got into Walmart?
Dhani, to be honest, like, I mean, we have a kind of upper edge. It can be unfair too, but mostly a lot of companies visit our campus. So for finding SD interns, we don't have to work very hard. They come to campus. You just have to be good at DSA. But for finding research internships, it's very hard. You know, we have to mail 500 of professors and see if their reply is coming in or not. So for that, I did a lot of work and got a lot of rejections from professors. Some professors say we are not interested to have interns. Some don't even reply. You know, for that I had to mail a lot of them. And regarding this internship, it was an on-campus one, so it was not very difficult. And then I'll say that there are a lot of startups also which offer a lot of internships. So, but I was working on some of my projects, so I did not look for that. I just waited for to get into this Walmart one. And there were some startups in which I applied when I was in the start of my third year through LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is the best place where you can get such things. And then I had an interview and all, but I did not join it. So for any other college person, I will say LinkedIn is the best one. And you have to be, some students message me and then say hi, and then they wait for my reply. This is not how you should go to anyone. Let's suppose I am a CEO of a startup and you want to get internship into my startup. So you should just be to the point. Hi Tanish, I am this. I am studying this year and I am doing this. I'm really interested to join your startup and all. And you just send me a resume. Please let me know if there are some opportunities for you. So if the scenario in your college is not like a lot of companies are visiting, so you should do such kind of things. There are a lot of people who are looking for this, and build as much as network as possible. You know, build talk to your seniors. They work in mostly all of the companies, and then they can refer you there. A lot of startups are hiring on this LinkedIn. You know, and also before that, startups will not hire you on the basis of DSA. Startups will hire you on the basis of projects and development things that you have learned. So also try to build a profile over that. Build famous frameworks like React, Flutter, React Native. Such things, if you already know that, you will be in. You will be in high demand in most of the startups, and it's also easy to get internship into them. These big companies, they as an interns, they only go to on campus, I think, and very difficult to get into them through off campus. It's possible, but it's difficult. Through startups, you can definitely do, and you can intern at multiple startups. So that's what I'll say.
Right. So, I just wanted to ask this as like a very personal question. So, what's the most interesting part of your current job? And like, as an intern, what was the most interesting part, and how will it transition now that you're going there full time?
Yeah, so my current job is as a student, right? But anyway, as an intern, what my team did is first they tested me out that am I serious enough or not, because they had some experiences with past interns that they just joined and did not do work, and then they just bluffed about what they have done and all. So first they gave me a task which was totally new to me, and they expected me to do it in 10 days, and the expectation was also low. Let's suppose 80% of the what would it should be, right? But I knew that if you prove them that you are worthy enough in this task, you are going to get some good work in the future. So I completed the task in around 6 7 days, and with 95% of what they wanted. So they were very happy with me, and then what I was given was something which nobody in the team knew about. So nobody in the team knew about that, and I was given the whole responsibility for that. And 2 3 more people were also given to me to achieve this task, and I was the one who was guiding them all. So this was, I think, my internship at Walmart was 30% coding and 70% communication and understanding things. Okay, so I talked to managers of other team because we were working on some product which does not belong to our team. It was a new product from some other team. So I had to talk to manager and architects of some other team and then decide of what how do we want to go forward, and then convince my team also that this is the way to go. And then it was a very good experience. You can check out my LinkedIn. The recommendations have been given by my manager at Walmart and my teammate, and they have been very happy with me. And it was a very beautiful experience with that team. And even then, even now, if I ever visit Bangalore and all, they all welcome me. I mean, I just spent 2 months with them, but they really welcome me, and that's how it was. And it was a very beautiful experience.
I actually did check your recommendations because it was mentioned in your bio, and I was really, like applaud by like, wow, this is a great profile. So when you were like giving your interview and had the technical rounds and HR rounds, what were the kind of questions that were asked to you, and which tech stack did they focus on?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So, most difficult part of any interview process is solving the or this one, what I'll say, coding test basically. So coding test, because a lot of students are giving it, and then you have to just be right. You cannot expect to just do a wrong test case and all, right? So you have to be just be on right and on the top. Like they mostly hire 5, 7, 8, or 10 people, and mostly shortlist 10 people, and then they go forward. So that was the most difficult part for me. And Walmart was the first company of which I cleared the technique this open round. So there, it was fifth company in my campus. Before that, four companies, I was not able to clear the technical round. No, not technical. Basically, this coding test round. Okay. So for four companies, I was not able to clear the coding test round. Reason being, I had just practiced for 3 4 months, and there were students who used to code like hell in their first and second year, right? On code forces, code chef. So if a question comes out of the box, which is not usual DSA, then for me it is very difficult to solve, but they have been practicing for 2 years, so it was very easy for them. So the fifth company was Walmart, and questions were on I'll say hard side of lead code, one question, and one was on medium. So I was able to solve that, and then I got shortlisted, and then we directly had HR round. We did not have technical round for Walmart at my college at least. So in HR, I was they shortlisted 9 students, and 5 out of them were selected in the HR round. So I'll say that be very speedy and be very to the point is the you can always you can always explore as much as possible in the technical interview rounds, because there is some person with whom you are talking, but when you are just talking to a machine, you have to be very perfect. So I'll say practice will get you there. And what kind of questions? I'll say normal DSA, but on a bit higher side, because they are like top companies, so they do ask good questions, and that's it.
Right. So does Walmart accept through the system of referrals like most of the companies do?
I think they do. I think they do, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, like, as this has been a long journey for you, what kept you motivated throughout the process, and what made you think like I need to do this?
See, to be very honest, things go very easy if you are in top colleges, and it is very difficult for the students of even they know more, even they have better resumes, and companies don't even shortlist them. So for me, I will say that by God's grace, it was very easy. I mean, not very easy, but it was relatively very easy compared to any other. If I'll say tier two, tier three, whatever they say over LinkedIn, such college students definitely face a lot of things. So I have friends who have very poor resumes compared to any medium or top guy of any other college, but they get through. They get through because they are in some college which is attracting a lot of people. So for me, it was not like clearing JE, so I did not have to be too much motivated. Just 2 3 months of practice helped me out, and I owe this to my college, and um, that's it. And what kept me motivated to do that kind of practice is that you just have to get the internship. First of all, it's your curriculum requirement, And then if you have more exposure, I said that BFS graph, right? So if you are getting an exposure of a big company in your internship, so you will understand how they work and all that's what helped me. And other than that, I also work on a lot of other things also. So it was all fun and all, so did not have to be, you have to be motivated to do something maybe which you don't like much. Maybe you are pushing yourself, so it was like just how I am going through, and that's why I was able to do this.
Right. So since you mentioned that you took part in your campus placements and I had
Mhm.
to take about 5 rounds, so how was that experience like? Like, was it difficult? How would you explain that process?
Yeah, so I think it's difficult in the start. If you are like it's a five, six, fifth, six company, seventh company, so top students are getting selected there. So to compete with them, it's always difficult. But like a lot of companies visit, like whole of the year they visit, so it becomes relatively easy. After that, like once 10 companies are gone, most of the good students are already gone. So even if you have not practiced much, you can get selected easily. So for the first, at least for the first like 6 7 companies, it really is challenging, and you have to be very good at coding because of that. Hmm.
Right. So I guess this would be my last question. How important do you think a resume is in getting a placement? Like, not
Mm-hmm.
on campus, maybe off campus, and how is
Yeah,
your resume different from that of others?
I think it plays a huge role. Let's suppose you are from some college where a lot of companies don't visit. What you will go do is you go through LinkedIn and all, right? You will apply for referrals there. You will apply for postings there. The first thing which will happen is there will be ATS, automatic tracking system, and it will shortlist your resume. If that doesn't happen, you are not even gonna get selected. So even I was doing this mistake that I was not aware of this ATS compliance. So I was using a 2 column resume which is not ATS compliant. So I just posted, this is also very good thing which I'll say suggest to my juniors is that don't be afraid to ask for help or portray yourself vulnerable, right? So I had good profile and all from IIT and all. So people do definitely associate a lot of huge ego with that. But what I did is, as I was not getting shortlisted through various companies, because other than Walmart also, I was applying to other companies, but I was not getting a call from anywhere, right? So I just posted over LinkedIn that guys, this is my resume. I don't know what is the problem with it, but I'm not getting call from anywhere. I just did a LinkedIn post, and there were around 20 30 comments over that, like it is not ATS compliant. This can be improved. This that can be improved. Lot of people, lot of seniors were coming out to help. So I did that, and then I improved it, and then subsequently I got bit more calls. Hmm. So a resume is a very important piece of your career, and I suggest it should be one page, and it should reflect of your life journey instead of just numbers and just the amount of projects you have done and all. Try to portray it as I mean, if there is some good startup which does value such things, they will definitely get for you, because I mean, I'm not sure about big companies because they don't even have so much of time to see all the resumes. But for startups, they definitely look for good people who have good ethical senses, and then ownership principles, management skills and all. For that, your resume should definitely portray your journey of life, and it should make you stand out. How was my resume different from others is, first of all, I had a lot of projects. I had internships too. Before Walmart, I had research internships, and then this IIT tag, which is there, which also makes you very different from others. And then projects also I have done very good, both my course projects, and other than that, I also participated in Microsoft Engage and all. So one project, and then I was shortlisted among top 10 teams, right? So that's how, like a mix of hackathons, some participation in some programs like such by such companies, and then some internships, some previous experience you can show, some projects that you have yourself worked on. So that's how you can make your resume stand out.
So, I mean, that's really, like that explains a lot actually. So, I guess that's it for the questions that I have. So, would you like to end this session on a special note, like a footnote for the viewers of this session?
Yeah, for the viewers, I will definitely say that I always hear this tier two, tier one, tier three debate over that, and that's definitely the case. It's a truth that tier one guys will get placements very easy, but it's a fact you have to accept it. You cannot change the whole industry how it's working. So instead, focus on what you can do. So I just recently talked to a guy, and he had offer from Amazon Berlin and Uber, and he's from tier three. So how did he get it? By doing a lot of lead code, building some projects. So there are definitely opportunities which are available. Of course, it is tremendously difficult, but that's the fact. You can have to accept it. So work hard over your skills if you definitely want to go in this, and wait, patient, have patience. And mostly in my Walmart also, most of the people who were there, started their career with Infosys and all with service based companies, and then they are there at top positions at Walmart. So everyone proceeds in their career and all. You don't have to be very very depressed about this. You can be very lively about all this, and the time will come and you will realize that, okay, I was just worrying about this thing and it did not even matter in long run. Just focus on your these skills building, and on top of all of this, focus on DSA. That's what will make you even clear the coding test, and then even in the interviews it will help you out. So I'll just say that, and have focus and have patience and have belief in yourself. That's
Thank you, Tanish. That's really motivating. And thank you for saying that. And it was a great session. Thank you for answering all the questions. And I'm sure everybody learned something from this session today. So thank you, everyone, for watching. And thank you again, Tanish. Have a great day ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Dhwani.
Bye bye.
Bye.